What you're about to watch is a news parody. Its stories are not fact-checked. Its reporters are not real journalists, and its opinions are not fully thought through.
Tonight on the Red Report, find out how one student is staying warm during his walk to class through USD's underground tunnels, and find out what new agricultural class is coming to USD. I'm Brent Seehofer.
And I'm Kathleen Surrey. After the Republican Party swept this year's midterm elections, the USD College Democrats are debating their future. And hear how some professors are reacting to a string of offensive tweets from students.
Plus, kicker Miles Bergner is... The NBA and the men's basketball team is searching again for a new head coach. But first, the headlines with Delaney Shank.
The Girl Scouts announced this week they'll be selling cookies online. Now many other companies are following suit, especially this holiday season. Sales were through the roof on Cyber Monday as many people were looking for pre-made cookies to give as gifts. Girl Scout parents say they're happy with the online sales since they were doing all the work anyway. A new laundry detergent is hitting the shelves in stores. It's called Mr. D, and it's just for men. The detergent has a strong manly smell to make all men's clothing smell appealing to women. Statistics show that men using Mr. D detergent attract more women and have healthier relationships. USD student I Wanted to Rink More unexpectedly died last Wednesday, drown night. Officials say Rinkmore consumed too much alcohol at a downtown Vermilion bar. Following the accident, downtown bar owners have decided to hire lifeguards to monitor the students drinking. The lifeguards only will be on duty for drown night, the primary night when students have trouble staying afloat. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Delaney. We now have breaking news from the Vermilion Police Department. Officers are scouring the town right now in search of President Jim Abbott's beloved pooch, McGovern Barack Abbott. Coyote News' Megan Card is live in the muck with President Abbott. Megan?
Thanks, Kathleen. No stone is being left unturned as the search for McGovern continues. Thanks for joining me here today.
Give me that microphone. I don't know who you are, and I don't really care. But you took the one thing I love most in this world, my dog, McGovern B. Abbott. If you're looking for paw points, I don't even know what those are. But what I do know is that I have a very particular set of skills. Skills only the president of a badass university can acquire. Skills that make me an administrative nightmare for people like you. If you let my dog go now, that'll be the end of it. I won't look for you, I won't pursue you. But if you don't, I'll look for you, I'll find you, and I'll skin you like the rotten jackrabbit you are.
Thanks. That was President Abbott. I don't really know what he's doing, but live from the muck, I'm Megan Card.
Thanks, Megan. Smartphones are common on campus, and it's common to see people walking and texting at the same time. But the practice has led to many collisions between students. Now, the university is planning to add 2-lane sidewalks on campus. One lane of the sidewalk will be labeled "No cell phones allowed," while the other will be labeled "Walk in this lane at your own risk." Starting next spring, UPD will ticket students and even faculty for texting in the no texting lane.
With finals approaching, some stressed out students have been using Twitter to get back at their professors by posting mean tweets. In the tradition of the Jimmy Kimmel Show, the Red Report presents professors reading student tweets.
Begley has to be the craziest professor at USD, #strange. That's probably true.
Obviously, athletes don't have time to read a 30-page paper. Why does @Brian Bracey make us read so much? I don't know. Maybe you're too busy winning.
Fa la 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 la. I bet Brandon H. just sang that. #can't stop singing.
Is Tina K's astronomy class even a legit class if we only look at the stars? Hey, stars are next semester. You should have read the syllabus.
I'm an athlete, so I have to be a kinesiology and sports science major, right, @Brian Bracey? Only if you can read 30 pages.
Hey, Lindsay Sparks, how's the weather down there? I don't know, how's the weather up there?
Do you want an opportunity in the music department? Just go see @Brandon H. for all of your opera needs. Sole mio.
Coming up later, hear more mean tweets read by the professors, but first, learn how students are getting to class in the winter, whether it be by the underground tunnels or by Charlie carts.
If you think this looks easy, you might want to audition for an on-air anchor spot for the spring semester's Coyote News TV or Coyote News Radio. Auditions start next Wednesday at 10:30 and again at 3 o'clock in room 219 of the Newharth building.
Not getting your message across clearly? Contact Kyle Creative for all your promotional needs.
What you're about to watch is a news parody. Its stories are not fact-checked. Its reporters are not real journalists, and its opinions are not fully thought through.
The campus housing shortage has been an issue for the last couple of years, with students being forced to live in lounges and even storage closets in North Complex. The university is planning to build a new set of residence halls near the Wellness Center next spring. In the meantime, students are living in a variety of campus buildings, including East Hall, Patterson Hall, and even Old Main. The groundbreaking for the new dorm complex is set for April 2015.
If you've ever wished for a warmer route to class, you're not alone. As the Red Report's Kayla Dorhout discovered, one man isn't afraid to get his hands dirty to keep his fellow coyotes warm.
As temperatures drop, students wish the legendary but dangerous underground tunnels were an option. Don Bello is making that wish a reality.
Well, I think it's high time students and faculty have access to the tunnels. I'm just taking it upon myself to fulfill that.
Bello says he spends nearly 80 hours a week constructing his tunnel system, but it's difficult and dangerous work.
There seems to be a large population of earthworms underneath Vermilion, and you know, some of them are pretty large, and I try to avoid them. Sometimes I stab them with my garden spade here.
But despite these perils, Bello truly believes the job needs to be done.
I think everyone deserves to have the warmth of walking from class to class and building to building.
Still, Bello recognizes that his system isn't foolproof, and he occasionally struggles to navigate underground.
I just try to dig where I dig and see if I can get to another building, and if I get lost, I turn around and try to find another way.
For the Red Report, I'm Kayla Dorhout.
But digging your way to class isn't the only option you have if you want to stay warm during this winter during your walk. Starting on Monday, student ambassadors are offering Charlie cart rides across the campus for $1. If the new service turns a large profit before the holiday break, the university is considering making this a permanent shuttling program. USD officials say they may even order an additional Charlie cart for next semester, including one that holds up to 20 people.
Republicans nationwide continue to celebrate the results of November's midterm elections. On this week's Red Report, Nicole Griffiths says the GOP's takeover had a big influence locally as well.
The Republican sweep is not only affecting Democrats across the country, it's being felt right here at USD. The college Democrats were hit hard after the midterm election, causing the downfall of the organization and leaving its members with lost hope. Clay Hoffman is president of the College Democrats. He's packing up his USD apparel and closing down their office.
Well, we're going to deactivate our chapter. And we just had such a butt thumping during the midterm elections. I mean, you know, it's just this campus is just so red.
Hoffman says he'll have a hard time leaving the school, but with all other Democrats fleeing the campus, it's hard to find friends. Hoffman's search for a new home hasn't gone quite as planned. Although his final days have been lonely, Hoffman says he's going to miss being a coyote. From endless memories to all the relationships, Hoffman says his heart is torn over his departure. Hoffman didn't disclose his intended destination, but local Republicans wish him the best. And if any Democrat is out there, Hoffman's begging for your companionship. For the Red Report, I'm Nicole Griffith.
If you know of other lonely Democrats, hopefully they can find Hoffman, possibly seeking refuge under a bridge. And coming up, there's a new collection at the National Music Museum. Plus, Cabs announcing what top singer they're bringing in next semester. Stay tuned.
I've worked for KAOR for a few years now, and I can't imagine not being there. I mean, the people are very respectful of each other when you're on air. They don't bother you or anything. I mean, it's a great place I can hang out, leave my stuff around. People won't mess with it, unlike if I go over to the Muck or places like that. And my boss is a great guy. I mean, he helps you out whenever you need it, gives you constructive criticism, stuff like that. I love working at KAOR. I can't imagine not being here.
What you're about to watch is a news parody. Its stories are not fact-checked. Its reporters are not real journalists, and its opinions are not fully thought through.
Next semester, USD is offering a new course, How to Be a Farmer. Ag 213 will teach students the fundamentals of planting, fertilizing, and harvesting a product. Students will even use a piece of land just outside of Vermilion once the ground thaws in the spring. Professor Joe W. Farmer says he plans to bring in several guest lecturers throughout the semester, including successful egg producers from the Vermilion area. Farmer says he's planning to have several students from SDSU speak about livestock, specifically cows.
CAB is bringing a big name to campus this spring. Coyote News' Jackie Henry is live in the Muck with more on this huge announcement.
Thanks,
Jackie?
The time has finally come for CAB to announce who they're bringing to campus for the big spring semester concert. Thanks so much for joining us. So, who can students expect next semester?
Well, I know it seems like we've been waiting since 1989 to make this announcement, but we think students won't be able to shake off their excitement when they find out that CAB is bringing Taylor Swift to USD next semester.
Taylor Swift, Taylor Slow, who cares? That's not the important thing. The important thing is my dog McGovern is still missing, and I want you to know I'm going to hunt you down like the slime you are. I've got friends all over this country. I'm going to find you, and I am going to skin you alive. I'm going to look high and low until I find my dog. Starting here, starting now. Hey, you look suspicious. What are you doing? If you got my dog, you take my dog. You got it, man. You take my dog. Colette? What? McGovern is that the groomer? Oh my.
That was President Abbott, again, on the recovery of his beloved dog, McGovern. Live in the Muck, I need a vacation.
Thanks, Jackie. When most students think of Muck's U-Brew shop, they may picture coffee and pastries. But what about superstars? Elizabeth Daniel is the newest U-Brew employee. Daniel's an upcoming star after winning 2014 USD Idol competition.
I get paid to work at the brew from 3 to 5, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to sign autographs and say hello to my fans. I do know how to make the drinks there, but that's just a bit of a formality. Okay. My boss didn't want it to look like I was getting any special treatment because of that.
Since Daniel started working at the U-Brew, sales have increased 45%.
Does she sign autographs? Yes. Do they want them? Hell no. I don't know what her deal is.
Working at the U-Brew has allowed Daniel to produce her new Christmas album, Christmas with Beth.
Oh, you want a snippet? I'll give you a little bit of a snippet here. Sorry, I wasn't ready for this. I didn't prepare for this, so. Where are you, Christmas? That's all I can do for you. You're gonna have to buy the CD for the rest of it.
Christmas with Beth is still in production and not available in stores.
Slip a sable under the tree for me.
Daniel says the album will hit stores the day before Christmas at 11:58 p.m.
New artifacts have arrived at USD's National Music Museum. The museum recently invested in a new collection to add to its already impressive stock of more than 15,000 musical pieces. The addition was made in an effort to stay up to date with the younger generation and give USD students more incentive to visit.
Right now, we're really excited about this new collection that we have at the Music Museum. It's really different than anything that we've had before. You're usually expecting musical instruments, information about music, accessories and music, but this is a different collection. This is accessing music through iMedia, Apple products.
The museum held a public unveiling last week where hundreds of people from across the country attended a special concert. Many say they were
So it's a really interesting combination of new technology and musical technology.
The museum is fundraising to purchase the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus to add to its collection. If you'd like to donate, you can download the National Music Museum's new app. And a recent Kim Kardashian picture has done more than just break the internet. It's created a fundraising opportunity for a club here on campus. As the Red Report's Mackenzie Schaffbenter reports, the USD Cancer Awareness Club has taken advantage of the recent photo, using it to create a unique campaign to not only raise awareness, but also offer prevention strategies.
The Butt Cancer Awareness Club, also known as the BCAC, was formed earlier this year when Carissa Selkin tragically lost her butt to cancer in August.
You know, it was rough at first, and I'm still dealing with the repercussions. So sitting in class, it makes my butt sore. Working out also makes my butt sore. Even just walking makes my butt sore.
Although Selkin still suffers with the emotional and physical pain that butt cancer has caused, she's determined to prevent butt cancer by raising awareness and also raising money for current butt cancer patients.
To raise awareness, we're taking photos of any student or faculty member who will reenact the Kim K butt pose, and we also are going to put together a calendar, so that'll include information on how to prevent butt cancer with various activities like the right temperature for your butt, how to sit down on your butt properly, and even the correct way to exercise your butt. It's all super important.
Many students have participated in the event, including sophomore Tyler Frank, who was excited to help the cause and learn how to prevent butt cancer.
I think it's great. There's a lot of butt exercises that I learned today that I can take home with me and show my friends and hopefully prevent further butt cancer. You know, Kim Kardashian's breaking the internet, and I'm breaking the I'm stopping cancer, the butts.
You can pick up a poster of your choice in the muck on Friday for $5. All proceeds will be donated to the Butt Cancer Awareness Foundation. For the Red Report, I'm Mackenzie Schaffbenter.
On the Red Report's blog, Abby Pierce says there's an injustice on campus when it comes to selecting student ambassadors. Abby?
Have you ever thought about being a student ambassador? Well, it's a lot harder than you would think. When I applied, they took a look at my application and said I looked like a great candidate and that I had a great experience. Then they told me about other requirements. If I had known they would be so difficult, I wouldn't have even tried. When I tried to smile for 60 seconds, my face cramped up and I gave up at 30. Apparently, you also have to be able to drive a trolley cart. Who knew they were manual? I may have ran over a squirrel or two. The next requirement is being able to walk backwards while talking. Let's just say I'm lucky I don't have a concussion. It is not as easy as it looks. When I refused to wear red because it's just not my color, they had a fit. How am I supposed to convince people to come here if I look ridiculous? I guess you also have to know where everything is on campus. I know I've been here for over 2 years, but I'm sorry, I still can't find Belbis. And I don't see what the big deal is if I switch up the names of East and Dakota. You can't tell me you all know the difference. I guess I'll just have to leave the promoting up to the university. University up to the pros. Who knew they had such amazing skills? For Red Report blog, I'm Abby Pierce.
Thanks, Abby. Coming up after the break, the men's basketball team is looking for a new head coach. And there's a new dance class at the Wellness Center where students can shake it off.
I'm Brent Seehofer, and I'm here today to tell you why I should be lead anchor over Kathleen Suri. For one, she can't pick a hairstyle. It's straight, it's curly, there's no consistency. Second, she makes funny faces on the air. And most importantly, she's too short. Don't make her top anchor next semester. This message is paid for the campaign that hits Kathleen Suri and love Brent Seehofer.
I'm Kathleen Suri. You may be hearing some mumbo jumbo that Brent Seehofer doesn't want me as top anchor next semester. Well, at least I never make faces like this. Earlier this month, USD held the grand opening for the new Center for Diversity and Community. As I found out, the center isn't just a place for offices to be held, but it's also... And I never mess up like this on air.
The So You'll Think Got Talent can dance.
Vote for me. There's no other choice. This message is paid for by the campaign that despises Brent Seehofer and adores Kathleen Suri.
What you're about to watch is a news parody. Its stories are not fact-checked. Its reporters are not real journalists, and its opinions are not fully thought through. What you're about to watch is a news parody.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, kicker Miles Bergner is making the leap to the NFL, and the men's basketball team is again searching for a new head coach. I'm Charlie Daldorf.
And I'm Erica Arpan. Find out why you're hearing Taylor Swift in the Wellness Center, plus sports commentator Grant Boziecki has shocking news regarding the new basketball arena. But first, the headlines. Delaney?
Ray Rice is banned no more. The former Ravens running back had his indefinite suspension removed after winning his appeal. While no team has signed him yet or even given him a tryout, he is still filling up his bank account. The Red Report has learned that Beats by Dr. Dre has signed him to a record-breaking contract that'll be dragged out for a number of years. Rumors are that his first commercial will feature soothing elevator music in the background as he punches his way into the end zone. Head coach Joe Glenn has announced his retirement from USD, and athletic director David Herbster already has a list of prospects to replace the beloved coach. Herbster says recently fired Bo Pelini tops the list, saying he'll be more comfortable in a place that's on top of Nebraska. Pelini says he felt right at home in a recent visit to USD, where he saw more Nebraska Cornhusker sweatshirts than Coyote gear. And those are your headlines.
The USD football team will be burying a time capsule on Friday, but that's not the only thing they're hoping to bury. Head coach Joe Glenn says some team members will be buried as well, as the team looks for a fresh start next season. Any football players who played in 11 games and had a negative impact will be sent into the ground. The good news for Coyote fans is that when the time capsules open, the players will be ready to play.
The men's basketball team is on a 3-game winning streak, and the latest NCAA rankings have come out for Division I. The Midwest has many teams ranked, including Iowa State at number 3, Northern Iowa at number 19, and USD at 24. This is the first time USD has made it into the Division I rankings. Since being nationally ranked was one of Coach Craig Smith's goals, he says his job is done here and he'll be leaving the university to go to higher places. Smith says he came here to make the men's team good, and they are now good. USD is now looking for its 4th head coach in the last 4 seasons. Senior guard Brandon Boss won his first Summit League Player of the Week. Boss averaged just under 22 points per game the past 2 games. But in a bit of unexpected news, Boss says he'll leave the team to train full-time for the NBA draft. Boss, a native Canadian, says he intends on keeping the streak alive of Canadians being selected first overall in the NBA draft. Anthony Bennett and Andrew Wiggins, the last 2 number 1 picks, are both from Canada.
The popular Taylor Swift song Shake It Off has become an internet sensation, but not for what you may think.
I say I'm too late. Got nothing in my brain.
The song unintentionally matches up perfectly with a 1980s aerobic dance video that's been drawing attention across the nation. The video mashup went viral not long after T Swift's upbeat song became popular. Wellness Center instructor Emily Jansen sought out the Taylor Swift song, hoping to bring the music to her classes.
I think it's symbolic. I know that when we're in college or in everyday life, life is so stressful, and all you want to do is shake it off and not care for 3 minutes of your life. So I always tell people, you know, this is your 3 minutes where no one's looking at you, no one cares. Have fun and just shake it off.
The 80s dance moves help participants get fit and have fun at the same time. The class is taught twice a week throughout the semester. Participants must sign a waiver form stating their love for Taylor Swift and that their performance will be nothing short of perfection. Junior Michaela Biggie says she shows her love for the singer every chance she gets.
Oh my God, I am her #1 fan. I love Taylor Swift. She is so awesome. It's literally the best decision they've ever made. She's so great.
If you have any other workout activities that include T Swift songs, or if you want to take part in the Taylor Swift Zumba class, contact the Wellness Center. Classes are taught every Tuesday and Thursday. However, if you want more workout time with Taylor Swift, private sessions are available upon request. There's some big news about the future of the new basketball arena. In this week's sports commentary, Grant Boziecki lets you in on some top news athletic director David Herbster shared with him earlier today.
A trio of South Dakota State coaches are being investigated on possible abuse
Excuse me, that was a confidential email I received, so disregard that. Now, what I meant to touch base on was the rather mind-blowing news I received today about our new basketball and sporting complex that's currently under construction. You can obviously see the construction's been going on for a while, but I just got word from David Herbster about some private funding that recently came through. Get this. Herbster said some serious money came in, and the funding's now enough to completely remodify the building. He told me he plans to make the new SDSU indoor facility look like child's play. Now, Herbster got a little rosy-cheeked when he said this, but he plans on the building being Madison Square Garden-like, on steroids. With the new money, they wanted to make it a ginormous 50,000-seat arena, but then he told me he had a dream 2 nights ago where former coach Dave Boots told him, heck, shoot for the moon. If you build it, they will come. Make it $500,000. And that's exactly what Herbster plans on doing. I know, I didn't believe it at first either, but guess what, Coyote fans? It's happening. Now, when it comes to filling up the arena, I have my doubts about even filling up the first row. So, Coyote fans, make sure you bring you and your 11,348 closest friends and prove me wrong. For the Red Report, I'm Grant Boziacki.
Coming up after the break, hear more professors reading mean tweets, plus learn how some students are suffering from Walkinson's disease. Stay tuned.
Wealth. Money. If only everything was as easy to get as the Volant.
What you're about to watch is a news parody. Its stories are not fact-checked. Its reporters are not real journalists, and its opinions are not fully thought through.
An outbreak of Walkinson's disease has spread throughout the campus. Several students have reported severe symptoms, including uncanny resemblances to famous actor Christopher Walken.
The Red Report's Drew Helland investigates this psychological phenomenon.
Today I sat down with Brandon Promeny, a junior here at USD, who believes he is the famous actor Christopher Walken. We sat down to discuss this odd circumstance. So, who are you?
I'm Christopher Walken.
Some people believe you are Brandon Promeny.
Who is this Brandon Promeny they're talking about? Because if you look at me and you hear my voice, you know, I'm Christopher Walken. I'm in a lot of movies. You know, I was in Pulp Fiction with Quentin Tarantino and Bruce Willis and John Travolta. You know, I was in Hairspray, the movie with John Travolta in The Fat. Oh, my daughter was fat in that movie.
The more we talked, the more I learned about his personality, which was rather shocking.
For starters, I'm very, you know, approachable. Like, I'm an approachable guy. You know, I have a lot of confidence. You know, I'm good with the ladies. I'm very tough. You wouldn't want to get into a fight with me, or I'll knock you down. A baboon, pow, zip a zip, a bow.
Thank you, Mr. Walken, for your time.
Talk to the hand, because the face don't want to hear it. I'm done with this interview. Turn the camera off. Keep going.
We tried to contact Christopher Walken again, but he won't answer his phone. He's too busy working on his script with Steven Spielberg.
Unfortunately, there's no vaccine for the disease at this moment, but if you come in contact with anyone with Walkinson's disease, alert the authorities immediately. There's some more breaking news in the new arena, and the university has decided to make some changes to the football field. Despite SDSU's objections, Athletic Director Dave Herbster announced this morning that hundreds of Jackrabbits will be the new stripes on the football field. It will now give the players a competitive edge and more encouragement to win, as they will be running over Jackrabbits whenever they play. If you think this looks easy, you might want to audition for an on-air anchor spot for the spring semester's Coyote News TV or Coyote News Radio. Auditions start next Wednesday at 10:30 and again at 3 o'clock in room 219 of the Newharth building. That's all for the Red Report. Remember, it's not real news. It's the Red Report.
Have a great night. We'll see you in the spring.